And if you could go back in time and you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, who would you rather vote for?
Obviously Trump, because of the border. Why was the border wide open under Kamala?
The border wasn't wide open. What do you consider an open border?
There's literally videos of them. There's just groups of migrants just in tribes of just coming through the border.
Okay.
Have you not
So,
seen the
so
clip?
can you tell me what an open border is defined as, and then we can talk about maybe specific examples you want to point to.
Can you say that one more time?
Could you tell me what you define as an open border, and then we can move on to specific examples you'd like to point to?
The border not being able to do its job and like the people at the border not enforcing and actually asking for paperwork and stuff like that.
Okay. So you think that there was no enforcement of the border at all under the Biden-Harris administration?
Obviously, why is it better under Trump now though?
No,
Like,
well,
why
hold
didn't
up.
they?
Pause. You think there was no enforcement at all?
There obviously was a bit, but
Okay. So then it's not an open border. So you're just being openly dishonest.
why is there?
So when you
why
say
was
that there
so
was an
many-
open border, you actively, based upon your own determination here, indicate that that's wrong. Okay, yet you still continue to keep saying it. Why? Like seriously, why do you keep doing it if it's stupid? Like genuinely, there's no basis to it. You don't even believe it yourself. Why do you keep saying it?
So why was there more illegals coming through the border?
Wait, no,
than
answer my
it is
question
now?
before you move on to a new one.
I don't know. I guess it wasn't completely an open border.
Okay, so then why do you keep saying that? Why do Trump supporters keep saying this when it's literally incoherent?
It's close to an open border. It's like the closest thing you can get to an open border, but not quite.
Okay, so and what do you define as an open border? It's no restrictions on the border? Is that
Not
it?
they weren't doing their job. The people at the border
Oh yeah, so the law
protecting
enforcement
people.
officers weren't doing their job. They just stopped doing their job under the Biden-Harris administration.
I guess so. Why was there like New York
No, that's
hotels flooded
ridiculous.
with illegals
Obviously, they
too?
still deported people. Obviously, they were still doing their job. You're being ridiculous in saying that just Border Patrol agents just stopped doing their job under the Biden-Harris administration. That's ridiculous. That's absurd.
Why was there answer this? Why was there more illegals coming in under Biden
Undocumented
Harris than
immigrants.
Trump?
Because of
Yeah,
economic
why?
insecurity that exists around the world because of global inflation and the economic insecurity that causes is caused by that. So people flee to the United States out of flee of economic insecurity. That's why Kamala Harris was tasked by Biden to raise private funds for Central American countries to reduce the likelihood of people coming here. She raised over $5 billion in private funds for Central American countries to reduce the likelihood of people coming here. In private funds.
I don't think that's true, but
It is true. I can show you a
have you
source if
seen
you'd
the
like.
clip? Have you seen the clips of New York? Like hotels were flooded, like 5-star hotels.
Those are
With just illegal
they were not
immigrants.
5-star hotels, but they were talking about asylum seekers who are legal immigrants. So if you have an issue with legal immigrants getting benefits, well then you sound pretty crazy, don't you?
Nah, I'm just against illegal immigrants.
Okay, so then why are you complaining about legal immigrants?
No, I don't mind
'Cause-
the legal immigrants. I
Well,
just know there's
then
illegal.
why'd you just complain about asylum seekers? Because they're legally
What was
here.
that BBP? What was that
Wait,
BBP
wait. So
one
answer the question. Why were you just complaining about asylum seekers if you don't care about legal immigration?
I don't. I thought it was illegals in hotels in New
No,
York.
those are legal asylum seekers. So why are you complaining about asylum seekers getting access to benefits, right? In terms of emergency circumstances,
'Cause
right?
I thought they were
By
illegals.
the
That's what they were
state.
saying.
No, yeah, that's what because they're lying.
But what was that BBP one app that where you could like go to any city in the
CBP
country?
One app that existed originally under the Trump administration during COVID.
Yeah, and why'd Trump shut it down right day one?
Trump
The new
didn't.
administration.
I mean, recently, I don't know why
Yeah,
he
the
would have
new
done that. It existed under his administration originally. It was expanded under Biden, but that's good. That's not a bad thing. It was for the illegal. It was for the legal asylum process. It was just a process to make it easier for people to legally apply for asylum. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think Trump shut it down though day one.
Wait, so why
I think
would you
that's
want to
what-
make it harder to legally immigrate to the country?
Because we have too many people here already.
Oh, okay. So now you're against legal immigration? I thought it was just people coming to the country undocumented.
Aren't we? That's why the cost of living went so high under Biden Harris.
No, it's
because of
not.
all the illegals.
The cost of, I mean, the increase of housing prices is going up more under the Trump administration. You know, inflation overall
It
is
was nuts.
increasing.
You look at Zillow and stuff, and house prices literally doubled from 2022 to 2024.
Okay.
If you look at Zillow.
Yeah, yeah. So one, it wasn't double, but I just want to let you know that, of course, the increase in price was because of global inflation and supply chain issues, right? So that caused a increase in the price specifically, right? There's obviously going to be an impact even in the context of the housing market, as you know, practically every other context of the market. But housing prices have gone up, gas prices have gone up, grocery prices have gone up. You know that's true, right?
You think it's going up more now than under Biden Harris?
I'm not necessarily saying more now than under the Biden Harris administration. What I'm saying is that what happened under the Biden Harris administration wasn't caused by the Biden Harris administration, but what's happening now under the Trump administration is influenced by the Trump administration. To like literally, like his policy causes inflation. Like
Well,
tariffs,
that's
they cause
that's with the
inflation.
tariff. But he said it's gonna be a few month, like maybe a slight increase a few months with the tariffs, but
Well, nope,
it's
it's
gonna go
still
down. He said in
increasing.
the
It's
next.
continuing to
Yeah, he said
increase,
it's
and it's
gonna go
not
down
going
though in the
down.
next few months.
When was I thought it was supposed to go down?
What?
I thought it was supposed to go down.
It is. The
When?
tariffs are.
When are
He
prices
said the
going to go
next few months. He
down?
said the next few months it's gonna be an economic boom. That's what he said.
Okay, so yeah, he's been saying that for a million years, man. This whole time. So there's no evidence for that at all. No economist in.
I don't think there's no chance he's doing worse than Biden Harris. Like I don't think like the price of everything went up under Biden Harris. Even if it goes up a little bit now, it's doing way better than it was. You have to admit that.
You're not listening, okay? Was that caused by the Biden Harris administration?
Yeah.
Okay, how so?
Why was there global inflation the years of Biden Harris and not now?
Because of supply chain issues coming out of the pandemic. I'm sorry. How many more times do I need to say it for you? I can say it again if you'd like.
Sorry, I was confused.
I understand. So then what was your
All
point?
right. I just think prices went up so high under Biden Harris, but now
Yeah,
now I
but
know the
how
global
was it caused
inflation.
by the
Yeah,
Biden Harris administration?
I don't know the exact policy, but
Okay, so what causes inflation?
I think it was because there was too many people coming into this country illegally.
No, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. People coming to our country undocumented would not put upward pressure on prices. There's no basis for that at all.
So if in your town, if you had another 20,000 people, you don't think the cost of living is going to go higher? You don't think the
Um,
average cost is going to go higher?
so when there's more people specifically who are also in the context of different labor markets, right? No, right? There's an increase in demand and supply. So the fact that you would say that there's sort of like an increase to a greater extent in demand actually it doesn't make any sense because they get less in terms of wages than legal immigrants. So if you think legal immigrants are non-inflationary, why would you think undocumented immigrants are inflationary? That's incoherent.
Why are they paying less to illegals than legals? I'm confused on
Undocu
that.
Well, because it is the case that they're not given legal status, right? They should be given legal status.
Yeah, they should be.
Yeah, right. They should be given a pathway to citizenship where they don't have to leave the country.
Yes. I don't get why they're getting paid like half the wage of what a normal human should get. That's someone that's in the country.
Yeah, I agree. That's why we should give them a pathway to citizenship where they don't have to leave the country so that they can be given, right, a higher wage.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree too.
All right, yo. Okay, then you just agreed with my position on immigration. You don't agree with Trump's. Anyone who's in the country undocumented who has not committed a violent crime or bad crime, we should be giving them a pathway to citizenship where they don't have to leave the country, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you literally disagree with deportation. You disagree with
No,
mass
I'm pro
deportation.
deportation. Have you not seen the videos though of just
So
groups
so
of
by the way,
tribes of
he's
people going
pro
to the southern border?
deportation.
I
Listen.
just saw one probably 5 minutes
Listen,
before I joined your
listen.
live.
Listen, he's pro deportation, and then he also, at the same time, is you're advocating for people to get a pathway to citizenship where they do not have to leave the country.
I don't know. I feel like you're mixing up my words, but
I'm not. You just said you're pro deportation, and you're also pro people being given a pathway to citizenship if they where they don't have to leave the country if they haven't committed a violent crime or bad crime. Make up your mind. Which one is it? It can't be
Why
both.
can't they just? Why can't they get just legal status at the border?
Because the current process takes too long. Legally, it takes years on average.
It takes years because that many people
Yes.
are trying to get into the country. Yeah.
No, because the current process is made significantly harder to get into by Republicans.
How's it
Historically,
Republican?
we used to have a significantly quicker process.
Yeah, it needs to be fixed so that we could.
Okay. So then, like, we want you don't want it to be quicker. Now you agree with the Democratic position on immigration.
No, I don't. I don't agree anything on Democratic position, dude.
They want to make the immigration process quicker, the legal process quicker. So you do agree with Democratic immigration policy.
No, I disagree with anything Biden Harris did. Like I don't. I don't know what they did. They didn't do shit the whole administration. But
You okay? So you don't think that they did anything under their administration? I can give you many examples: the bipartisan infrastructure bill, the Chips and Science Act, the PACT Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Which I already said. I meant to say they had the largest investment in renewable energy investment increase in the modern era. Right? You can actually look at the massive boom under the Biden-Harris administration. So everything that Trump wanted to do is increase domestic manufacturing investment. Not only did it decline under his first term, but it declined since he got in office as well, and it massively boomed under the Biden-Harris administration. So Biden clearly, right, did what Trump couldn't.
I don't know. He was falling asleep the whole time though.
Actually, Trump was the one that's been falling asleep recently.
Well, they're both pretty old, but I
I
think
mean,
Biden's
did
been
you
falling
actually
asleep
see
more.
that Trump literally was falling asleep? Like you can literally watch the video.
Well, he
It's
can't
because
get
he
any sleep.
it's
He's
because
going
he
all
thinks
over
he,
the. He's going
no,
all over the world.
no, it's because he thinks he can survive on 4 hours of sleep, which
Yeah,
is
he needs
literally
more because
not
he's
humanly
trying to do so
possible.
much for his country.
I'm
He's
sorry.
trying to do so much for this country.
I'm sorry. You become more productive when you sleep more. Why would you do 4 hours of sleep? Why is he deciding to do that?
Because I guess the jet lag and stuff. I don't know. Because he's going to like all over the
Jet
world.
lag? What are you talking
Yeah, your
about?
sleep gets messed up.
He can sleep on the plane.
You know you don't sleep well if you go like across the country and stuff.
Okay, so now you're making
He's
the
going
same
all over the
argument that
world.
Biden made after the debate,
What was that?
right? That specifically, right, because of the jet lag of him flying all over the place, it is the case that he had a bad performance in the debate. You're literally running the same argument. Do you not remember that one? It seems like every argument that MAGA used against Biden was just projection. Anyone else been noticing that, Releasy? Like
I don't
Sleepy
think so.
Don,
I
he's been
don't think.
falling asleep, and apparently it doesn't matter when Trump does it.
Did Biden go to all over the country though, like Trump's been doing?
Yeah, he was going all around the world. Yeah, he's going all around the
I don't think
world
so.
and in the United
He
States.
wasn't
Yeah.
meeting with. He wasn't meeting with Zelensky and Xi and all those people. He was not.
Yes, Biden had meetings with world leaders. What are you talking about?
Why didn't he? He didn't solve any wars either. What did he solve?
Okay, when you say that he didn't quote unquote solve any wars, what wars do you think that Trump has solved, quote unquote?
Did he not free the hostages?
Wait, there were more hostages proportionally that were released under the Biden-Harris administration.
You just
Try
made
again.
that up, dude.
I didn't make that
You
up.
just
Try
made that
again.
up.
I didn't.
You did
I
not.
have something called memory. Okay, it's crazy, isn't it?
I forgot. There's been a.
It's almost
there's
like
been,
it's almost
at
like
least
Parker
three
Get a
wars.
Job has these conversations every single day for multiple hours every single day, and probably he's had these types of conversations before, and probably heard these facts in these conversations and can recite them to you. Crazy thing, right?
Who do you? Is this your full time job?
Yeah.
Who do you think solved more wars, Trump or Biden?
When you say solved wars, I don't necessarily think that either or is necessarily solving wars. Now, could it likely happen under their administration and then seemingly like they could have had some influence on it? Sure. But I don't think either of them simultaneously themselves, or not simultaneously, I don't think either of them independently themselves are solving wars, right? Like that, in that context, that I could
Yeah.
particularly mention. Like,
Okay, I just
I
think
mean, is
Trump's
that like a
trying, if
complicated?
anything.
Wait, hold up. Is that a complicated thing to understand? That maybe it's that we shouldn't give so much credit to just one person in like solving a war, right? I mean, we'd
It's
have to
also
get.
the Department of
I feel
State,
like
right?
that relies on a lot of evidence, right? Like, how did they solve that? What
All
did
right,
they
the comments are
specifically
saying
do?
he's starting wars.
Yeah, Trump is
He's
starting
specific.
wars. I mean, he literally is over 60 people off the coast of Venezuela with absolutely no evidence given to Congress that they had at all, right? Absolutely none. And even if they did, right, it wouldn't have been evidence to them. You would have just detained them once they get to U.S. waters, but they were in international waters, and that's literally against and violates international law. He's also Iran, right? When he literally he pulled out of the nuclear agreement, right? Specifically where we had surveillance, which is for a longer period of time, it would be applicable to in terms of their nuclear enrichment facilities and the development of that. And it was unprecedented level of access of surveillance.
He's just trying to conquer the that are coming into this country.
Okay, and that's you don't do that by detaining them. You do that by detaining them once they get into U.S. waters if they are bringing those particular
It
types
kind
of
of warns us.
substances. But I just want to let you know, most substances brought to the United States are brought by U.S. citizens.
Does it not send a message though to the whole
Wait,
world? Don't bring
over
drugs.
90. Wait, no, listen. Over 90% of DRUGS brought to the country are brought by U.S. citizens. Did you know that?
I didn't. So
Okay.
so the U.S. is poisoning its own citizens. That's what you're saying.
You say that again?
The U.S. is poisoning its own citizens. That's what you're saying.
Like in wait, repeat what it. Where'd you get that from?
They're bringing in all those. Then they're pretty much Americans, you know.
No, U.S. citizens is not necessarily the government, but is U.S. citizens. So U.S. citizens are bringing it in and doing it to their own citizens. Yes, I was confused when you brought up the government. I was like, what do you mean the government? We're talking about U.S. citizens here.